Hi Taurus, welcome to November. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month, let's see what's happening. We've got a lunar eclipse in your sign on November 8th, and that's a full moon, total full moon lunar eclipse. Then Venus, your ruling planet, moves into Sagittarius on the 17th. Mercury moves into Sag on the 18th. The Sun moves into Sag on the 23rd. And Jupiter goes direct at the same time, and we also have a new moon in Sagittarius. So after this full moon that involves the Scorpio energy, things might get a little bit brighter. There might be new hope with this new moon. So we'll get into that later. Let's see what the cards say for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about love and relationships for the month of November 2022? What does Taurus need to know? 2022. The World. This thing is making noise. The High Priestess. The Ten of Cups. The Magician. The Knight of Swords. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Swords. The Four of Cups. The Lovers, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I missed a card here. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay, this is a mess. And the Eight of Cups. All right. I forgot this top card here. Okay, so now we're good. So the world is coming to completion. You might be completing something, a cycle. It could even be completion of a relationship. For some of you, it could be the end of a relationship. For others, it could be moving the relationship to the next level. Because the world it's not usually it's a happy card usually. So it's not like an ending of a cycle like the death card where something is ending. I feel like it's more you come full circle. Something is completing, something is being realized. So you could be completing a project. But I feel like if it's a relationship matter, you're making a decision, okay, where do I want to go with this relationship? Do I want to take it to the next level? Do I want to make a commitment? And I feel like you're going to be trying to decide. You could be deciding, should I stay or should I go? You have the High Priestess here, crossing you. So the High Priestess represents things that are hidden, things that are happening under the surface. And I feel like you need to take time out to think and meditate and find out how you really feel. Listen to that inner voice. The High Priestess is about following your intuition, listening to that divine guidance. So if you're having a problem deciding what to do in a relationship, it's time to quiet your mind and just think, okay, how do I feel about this relationship? What do I really want? What do I really want to do? You have the Ten of Cups here. So there's a lot of love there in the situation. I feel like there are two people who really love each other. The Ten of Cups is like the best love card, where you're surrounded by love and support. You have the Magician here. The Magician is a card about communication, manifestation. What do you want to create in this relationship? What do you want to manifest for yourself? You've had love in the past. You've had good relationships. The Magician is also about, what you think. Your thoughts create your reality. What you think and what you speak creates your reality. So you have to be careful that you, what are you telling yourself? What are you saying to others? Communication is very important right now in relationship. So you need to maybe speak your truth and find out where you stand in a relationship. Find out how the other person feels. Tell them what you expect, what you want. You can't hold anything back. If something is hidden, it needs to be brought to the surface. So you can't sweep things under the rug. You need to have those conversations. You have the Page of Pentacles here. This is a card of being open to the new. This is also a student card. So I feel like if it's in a career situation, you might be learning new skills. But it's also in a relationship. I feel like it's time to just be open. Talk it out. Be open to trying some new things. Don't get caught up in, because Taurus can be stubborn. Sometimes, we like, I'm a Taurus too, so we like, we get set in our ways and we don't like change. But I think in this case, a little change might not be a bad thing. Or at least try to see things from another person's perspective. Try something new. Be open to the new. It might even be open to a new relationship for some of you. You have the Knight of Swords energy coming up here with the Nine of Wands. I feel like you've been through a struggle. The Nine of Wands energy, I feel like you might have been fighting with someone, because the Knight of Swords energy is someone, and this could be a partner, someone who does things, who takes action. They can be a little bit reckless or unpredictable. It's like they're always wanting to fight. You may feel like, I want to talk to this person, but they're always fighting me. I'm always fighting. They don't realize how their behavior hurts others, or how their behavior affects others. And they can, sometimes they just get caught up in their own agenda, and they're not aware of other people's feelings. But I feel like if you've had a falling out with someone, this person is facing the past, so I think they're thinking of you, and they're wanting to work things out. But you have the Nine of Wands here in the near future. I feel like you've been really struggling. You've been overwhelmed with work and overwhelmed with trying to keep this thing going. Like the Nine of Wands is like being battle weary. Like, I've been trying to do things. I just feel like everything's a battle, and you're feeling like giving up. The Nine of Wands is like, I don't want to keep fighting. But the Nine of Wands and it's also saying something you thought you had resolved. Like maybe you thought, okay, we worked this situation out. I know where I stand. I know where this relationship's going. And then it comes back to be dealt with again. So I feel like you're going to deal with a past issue. It's going to reappear. So something that was a battle or a thing of contention in the past may come up again and be dealt with. That doesn't mean to give up, though. It does mean that you may have one more round or one more battle to fight. You have the Nine of Swords here. This is a card of mental stress and worry. And so you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like, okay, maybe there's even some guilt involved. Like you're feeling, you're sitting up at night thinking, like waiting, expecting the worst case scenario. And that's why you have to control, like the Magician is here to tell you, stop thinking of the worst. Stop saying it's, this is not going to work. It's going to be bad. Start focusing on what could go right instead of focusing on what could possibly go wrong. Because a lot of times with the Nine of Swords, a lot of what we worry about or think could happen, it's all in your head. It may not happen. But if you focus on that, you might manifest it. So the Magician is telling you, focus on the positive, focus on a positive outcome. Don't imagine that it's going to be a worst case scenario. In your environment, you have the Four of Cups. This is a card of boredom, feeling underappreciated, undervalued. So you may feel that, and this could also be your partner, because this is the position that lets you know how your partner feels. So you may have a partner who's feeling like not feeling the love, You're both kind of feeling that way. Partner's feeling not valued, not appreciated. You may feel that way. And you're thinking, either you or the other person, maybe I should see what else is out there. Maybe this person's not right for me. Maybe there's someone else out there better for me. Maybe I should just see what's out there. But you're not really ready, because this person, a cup of love is being offered to this person, but they're not willing to accept it. So there are, you have opportunities. As a Taurus, Taurus always attracts lovers. Everybody likes Taurus because Taurus is usually attractive and easygoing and down to earth. So there are other options there for you. It's just that you're not really interested. I feel like you're not really interested in somebody new. You want to fix what you have if you're in a relationship, but you're just tired of the struggle. And you have the Lovers here in your wish fulfillment. I mean, you're looking for a soulmate connection. You really want to be with someone that's significant, that's something that leads to marriage, something that, even if it doesn't lead to marriage, something that brings deep love into your life, like a real soulmate connection. And with the Lovers here, you can have that. It's always involved, but you have to make a choice. I feel like you're going to be making a choice this month, whether to stay or whether to leave, because you have the Eight of Cups here. And this is a card of walking away. It's a card of saying, this relationship was really good at one time, that maybe there was a lot of love at the beginning, but now it seems to be a never-ending struggle. And I don't know if maybe I need to walk away and try something with somebody new. Because the Eight of Cups is like dissatisfaction, it's not like the relationship has lost its spark, or it doesn't, it's not fulfilling you like it once was, and you're thinking of possibly walking away. I feel, though, that that's the choice you're going to be making this month. The cards don't say that you should walk away. The cards are saying you're going to have another round. You could take it to the next level. The Nine of Wands sometimes says, you might be giving up too soon. Like the Nine of Wands, when you get to the 10, you're done with the struggle. So the Nine of Wands sometimes says, don't give up. I know it's been difficult, but you're almost there. You just have to shift your thinking a little bit. Think like, instead of thinking like, oh, this is never going to work, think, how can I make it work? How can we make it work? Because there is love. I feel like the foundation of the relationship contains love. It's just that there are moments when the person you're involved, like there are these, like the Knight of Swords energy is reckless. So it's warning you, don't do something reckless. Try to talk it out. Try to think, and don't let your imagination or your mind control the situation. Like, don't let worry interfere with making the right decision. I feel like you have to communicate and be open to the new. Like the Taurus has to get a little bit out of their comfort zone and be open to change. But I'm not sure. I want to see this Eight of Cups. I want to clarify this Eight of Cups. World Taurus. Oh, the Five of Wands. See? That's petty conflict. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. That's you. That's your card. You're focused on security, financial security, but you want to have someone. I feel like you're on the road to abundance. And the world could even mean like finding the right job, find everything coming together. But I feel like you have this one battle to work out. But then you have the Nine of Cups here. So I think that okay, so my verdict is if you want to work this relationship out, you can. You can get what you want from this relationship. But it's going to involve communicating. It's going to involve seeing things from a different perspective and visualizing a positive outcome. But you will have to make a decision this month. Do I walk away or do I stay and try to work things out? The Nine of Cups is telling you can get your wish. So you can turn things around. But it's going to involve, like I said, talking about things that maybe are not comfortable, focusing on trying to see the positive in the situation instead of focusing on the negative, and being open to change, being open to dealing with the person or the relationship in a new way. Maybe learning new ways to relate to each other. Okay, let's see what the angels say. What do the angels have to say for Taurus? Invitation. We, your guardian angels, ask you to invite us into your heart. Talk to us at any time. Share with us your fears and concerns, as well as your joys and pleasures. There is no need to be formal, for we have known you before the dawn of time. In fact, we know you better than you know yourself, and we love you just as you are. So yeah, ask for angelic guidance. If you're struggling with a decision, ask for divine guidance and that's what this High Priestess is about. It's about quieting your mind. Prayer is speaking to God or the angels or the source, and meditation is listening for the answer. So take time out and quiet your mind and ask the angels for assistance, and then listen for the answer. And that will point you in the right direction, whether to stay or whether to go and move on. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So we have this new moon, or a full moon, I should say. The full moon is in your first and seventh house. The moon's in your first house. It's involving your relationship access. So something is coming to a head at this full moon eclipse. And there are going to be some surprises. Some things might be revealed. There might be surprise messages even, because Mercury and Venus is there in the 7th with the sun. Someone may confess their love to you. If something's been hidden, if something is being hidden from you, it's going to be revealed at this full moon, for good or for bad. Full moons are not always endings. They can be. But it could also be resolution. Like, okay, we've had this problem, and we haven't been able to come to an agreement, and with the full moon, you can come to an agreement. So it doesn't always mean ending. It could, because it's an eclipse. It can eclipse someone out of your life. And lunar eclipses, you can eclipse a female from your life. So if you're a male Taurus, you could have your partner is female, you could have a female person eclipse from your life. If you're in a relationship with a female, it could even be. But I feel like Taurus, because the moon is in your first house, and it's with Uranus, so you're acting out of character. So you're about, like where Taurus has always been, very laid back and, easygoing. You may surprise some people. Like, you may just be like, you know what, I'm done and I'm out of here. And people may not expect that of you, because Taurus is always like, you can rely on Taurus. They're always there. No matter what you do, they're there. We forgive everybody. We put up with a lot. We have a lot of patience. But when Taurus has had enough and Taurus is done, Taurus is done. And when we close that door, that's it. It's done. It's closed. So I feel like you're going to see things at this full moon that are going to help you to make that decision about a relationship. Do I stay or do I go? There could be some, like I said, some surprises. It could even be like you may get communication that you never thought to get, because Mercury is involved. Mercury opposite Uranus. Somebody may call you or contact you. Venus. There could be some unexpected developments in a love relationship. Now, Saturn is in your 10th house. It's squaring this opposition between the sun and the moon. So with Saturn in the 10th, it's a very serious time. If you're making a decision about a relationship, you're either going to commit or you're going to walk away. It's going to be that cut and dry kind of. But also Saturn can mean that you've been so busy with work, you haven't had time to devote to a relationship. Because Saturn in the 10th can mean, recognition, promotion, taking on extra responsibility. And because it's a square to this full moon, it's like, you've been so busy you haven't had time to devote to solving these relationship problems. And maybe it could even be like someone that you work with just gets eclipsed. It could be a female boss figure that is leaving your company or something like that. Now, the positive thing, you have Mars trining Saturn. Mars in your second house trining Saturn. Mars in the second house. You're really taking action to make your finances more secure. So you might be looking for another job that pays more, or you might be working on ways that you could bring more income, because Mars in the second, some of you might have some unexpected expenses that you aren't counting on and you need money. Mars is also squaring Jupiter and Neptune in your 11th house. So when Mars is squaring, so there might be some conflicts around friendships or the groups that you belong to. You could be, the second house is not just money, it's also what do I value? What am I working toward? Wherever Mars is in your chart, it's where your energy is. So you're working on self-worth, on my friends, am my friends respecting me? Are my friends valuing me? What about the groups I belong to? You might be connecting with a spiritual group and wondering, you might have more than one option. You might be evaluating friendships and deciding where do I want to spend my energy? What, you're going to decide to spend your energy with the people that support you, that the people that bring hope and light to your life. And with Jupiter and Neptune in your 11th house, you have this opportunity to connect on a spiritual level with a group that really wants to make a difference in society, that speaks to, it's bringing optimism, it's bringing spirituality, it's bringing new belief systems. The only thing that with the square is don't take on more than you can handle. Don't make promises you can't keep, because you're going to have a lot of invitations and you can't be everything to everyone. So you have to be selective with Mars. Jupiter's conjunct Neptune in your 11th house. You could be manifesting a dream. You have the opportunity to manifest a dream or a goal that you've wanted, that you've been working toward for a long time. Mars is in conjunct Pluto in your 9th house. So there could be, maybe you need to pick up some new skills with Pluto, or you could be dealing with someone at a distance that's wielding power. Pluto in the 9th, your beliefs are changing. You're trying to find out what is truth. What do I believe to be true? And that might be shifting. Saturn is also sextiling. Let's see, where's Saturn? Saturn's in your 10th house. It's sextiling Chiron in the 12th. So you may have some healing to do around some type of career situation. Maybe a part of you was feeling like, I'm not good enough, I can't be, I can't, like you've been sabotaging your success because you feel I'm not good enough, and you need to work on your self-esteem and work on your self-worth and not put up with situations that are not honoring you. So there could be some truths that come out right now at this full moon where you realize where you stand in your career, with your friends, and there might be some healing, and even in relationship, because the 7th house is committed partnerships. But it's not only committed partnerships like romance and marriage, it's also business partnerships. So I feel like you're going to see the truth in a lot of areas in your life this month. And you're going to know, who's on Team Taurus? Who is supporting me? Who is valuing me? Who wants to see me successful? And if you might take action that's unexpected to either end a situation that's not valuing you, where you don't feel valued and loved and respected, and reach out to new groups that will give you that love and respect. So you have that dynamic going on. And then let's see. Then we have the new moon in Sag, and that's in your 8th house. So that's positive in terms of other people's money and resources. You could get some kind of bonus or some kind of insurance payout and tax, inheritance. But the 8th house is also the place where we deal with our shadow. So you have an opportunity to see yourself in a different way, to believe, and to release some of that baggage. If you haven't been valuing yourself, or you've been listening to negative self-talk, I feel like you have this new beginning, and it could be like a new hope. I feel like you're going to be connecting with a new spiritual group or new friends that help you to heal some shadow within yourself. Something where you're telling yourself, like if you've been telling yourself, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too fat, or I'm not pretty enough, or I can't make this amount of money, or I can't find love. You have to stop the negative self-talk. And you have to look at the shadow. That's what the 8th house is about. The 8th house is a psychological house. It represents other people's money. It represents a lot of things, but it also represents transformation, where you change at a deep level, where you suddenly see, like, hey, I haven't been valuing myself enough. I've been putting up with crap from people and just not saying anything about it. So Taurus is not going to put up. You're going to only move into situations where you feel loved and valued. And you have this opportunity with Jupiter and Neptune in the 11th house to form real friendships, to join with groups that really want to make a difference in the world. And I feel like you may have a powerful new beginning with this Sagittarius new moon that allows you to do that. Venus moves into the 8th house too at this time. It's 8 degrees away from the moon, so it's not a conjunction, but it's bringing abundance. I feel like there could be some sudden abundance that comes in at this new moon. So buy a lottery ticket, or even with investments, maybe, because the 8th house also represents investments. It's money that comes from other sources than your salary. So it could be investments, it could be inheritance, it could be prize winnings from it could be your partner's money. Maybe your partner gets a raise and now you have, more money to spend. Chiron's in the 12th house and Mercury's in the 8th, and it's sextile Chiron. So I feel like you have some psychological healing to do too. You need to speak of things, like talk about things that might be difficult. Talk about things that you may, like, what's preventing me from creating an intimate relationship? What are my fears? What are my insecurities? And I feel like you could have some healing happen at this time. And I feel like is also, if you're looking for a new position at work that pays more, I think that you have Mars trining Saturn in your 10th house. I think there could be some new beginnings that bring greater responsibility, more money, more recognition. So you could be getting some type of promotion or raise. And it's because Taurus is willing to get out of their comfort zone. You have to get out of your comfort zone. The North Node is in Taurus. It's telling you, take action. If you're not feeling secure in your current situation, you need to make some changes and take action and get out of your comfort zone to get into a better situation that's going to make you feel more loved and make you feel more secure. So if you have groups or friends or even a job or a relationship where you're not feeling valued, you're not getting, like you're putting in all the work and you're not getting anything back, you're going to make some changes. And I think the changes are going to be positive. I think that you're coming into a time of abundance, especially with Venus in the 8th house. If you do start a new love under this new moon, it can bring greater intimacy into your life and more security. You might feel like you're with someone who truly values you and adores you. So you're going to have some decisions to make. You might decide to leave a relationship that's not giving you what you need and deserve and move into one that is. Or you may decide to stay with someone that you really care about and try to work things out, do the work that's necessary, and face the darkness that you need to face and make changes. And either way, you have the 9 of Cups here. You're getting your wish. You're going to get your wish. So know what you want. Before you can get what you want, you have to know what it is. So take time out to meditate, get away from all the chaos, and really think, what does Taurus want? What would my ideal situation be? And let me focus on that. Focus on manifesting that. And you can do it. So that's my forecast. And don't forget about the angels. Ask them for help. You don't have to do it alone. But they can't interfere with your life unless you ask. So that's my forecast for November. Things definitely will come to a head. You'll know one way or another which way to go. by the end of this month. And you'll be on a new path.